Hey learners, welcome back to Edu Intern Voyage. Your learning journey starts.
Six. Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is a fundamental concept in economics that refers to the value of the next best alternative that is sacrificed when a choice is made. Since resources such as time, money, land, and labor are limited, individuals, firms, and governments must constantly make choices. Every choice involves giving up something else, and the benefit of the option that is not chosen is known as the opportunity cost. Thus, opportunity cost highlights the problem of scarcity and the need for rational decision-making. Opportunity cost applies to all economic decisions. For individuals, it may refer to the income sacrificed when choosing to study instead of working. For firms, it may be the profit foregone by choosing one production technique over another. For governments, it could mean spending money on healthcare instead of defense, or vice versa. In all cases, the opportunity cost is the benefit of the best alternative that is not selected. The concept is closely linked to the production possibility frontier, PPF. As an economy moves from one point to another on the PPF, producing more of one good requires producing less of another, illustrating increasing opportunity costs. This occurs because resources are not equally productive in all uses. When more resources are shifted from making one good to another, the sacrifice becomes greater, leading to a concave-shaped PPF. Opportunity cost is important because it helps decision makers choose the most efficient alternative. For businesses, understanding opportunity cost helps determine the best use of resources, such as whether to produce a certain product, invest in new technology, or expand into a new market. It also aids in evaluating costs and benefits beyond monetary values, including time and effort. In public finance, opportunity cost guides governments in choosing policies that maximize social welfare. For example, spending on education may have a higher long-term benefit compared to spending on subsidies. Opportunity cost ensures resources are allocated to activities that provide the highest value. 7. What are the difference accounting profit and economic profit? Profit is one of the most important concepts in business and economics. It measures the financial gain obtained by a firm after covering its costs. However, profit can be measured in two different ways, accounting profit and economic profit. Although both represent earnings, they differ significantly in their calculation, purpose, and interpretation. Accounting profit. It is the profit that appears in the financial statements of a firm. It is calculated as the difference between total revenue and explicit costs. Explicit costs refer to actual payments made by the firm for wages, raw materials, rent, electricity, interest, and other direct expenses. Accounting profit follows standard accounting principles and is used for tax purposes, financial reporting, and calculating dividends. It reflects the firm's financial performance in monetary terms over a specific period. Since it does not include the value of resources contributed by the owner, accounting profit is usually higher than economic profit. Economic profit. It is a broader and more comprehensive measure. It is calculated as total revenue minus both explicit and implicit costs. Implicit costs represent the opportunity cost of using resources owned by the firm, such as the owner's time, capital, or land. For example, if the owner invests money in the business instead of depositing it in a bank, the interest foregone is an implicit cost. Economic profit therefore considers not only actual expenses but also the cost of alternative uses of resources. 8. What is meant by incremental and marginal concepts? Incremental concept. It refers to the additional or extra cost and revenue resulting from a particular managerial decision. It focuses on the total change in cost and revenue due to a specific action. For example, if a firm increases its production from 1,000 units to 1,500 units, the incremental cost is the total additional cost incurred to produce those 500 units. Similarly, incremental revenue is the addition to total revenue by selling the extra units. Incremental analysis is used in decisions such as opening a new branch, introducing a new product, purchasing new machinery, or accepting a special order. It helps managers choose between alternatives by comparing the total increase in benefits with the total increase in costs. A decision is considered favorable if incremental revenue exceeds incremental cost. Marginal concept. It refers to the change resulting from producing or selling one additional unit of output. Marginal cost, MC, is the cost of producing one extra unit, while marginal revenue, MR, is the revenue earned from selling one more unit. Marginal analysis helps determine the optimal level of production where profit is maximized. According to economic theory, profit is maximized when MR is equal to MC. If MR is greater than MC, the firm should increase output, and if MC is greater than MR, the firm should reduce output. Marginal analysis provides precise guidance for short-term production decisions. Although both concepts study changes, incremental analysis deals with broader changes involving multiple units or decisions, while marginal analysis focuses on a single unit. Incremental concepts are more practical in managerial decisions involving large-scale changes, whereas marginal concepts are more useful in theoretical economic analysis and determining equilibrium output. 9. Explain the time, discounting and compounding principles. Introduction. Time and discounting principles are fundamental concepts in business economics used to evaluate the financial value of money, costs, and benefits that occur at different points in time. Because money has the ability to earn returns, its value changes over time, making these principles essential for decision-making in business, investment, and economic analysis. Meaning of time value of money, TVM. The time value of money states that a rupee today is worth more than a rupee in the future because today's rupee can be invested to earn income. Future money loses value due to inflation, uncertainty, and risk. Therefore, economic decisions must compare today's money with future money using appropriate discounting or compounding techniques. Discounting principle. Discounting is the process of converting future values into present values by applying a discount rate. It answers the question, what is the value today of a sum that will be received in the future? Formula. PV is equal to FV, 1 plus R. PV present value. FV future value. R discount rate. N number of periods. A higher discount rate reduces the present value, reflecting risk and time preference. Businesses use discounting to evaluate investment projects, capital budgeting, pricing decisions, and loan evaluation. Compounding principle. Compounding is the reverse of discounting. It refers to calculating the future value of money invested today. Over time, money grows due to accumulated interest. Formula. FV is equal to PV, 1 plus R. Compounding helps businesses estimate future profits, savings, investment growth, and cost escalation. Importance in business economics. Investment decisions helps compare alternative projects using NPV, IRR, and payback period. Cost-benefit analysis ensures future benefits are valued correctly. Pricing long-term contracts useful for loans, leases, insurance, and EMI calculations. Risk evaluation. High-risk projects use higher discount rates. Financial planning assists in forecasting capital needs and returns. 10. Discuss the concept of efficiency. Introduction. Efficiency is a fundamental concept in business economics that measures how well resources are used to achieve maximum output with minimum cost. Since resources such as land, labor, capital, and time are limited, efficiency ensures that businesses produce goods and services in the best possible manner without waste. It is a key indicator of productivity and performance in any economic system. Meaning of efficiency. Efficiency refers to the ability to achieve desired results by using the least amount of inputs. An efficient business organization utilizes its resources rationally, reduces waste, increases output, and maintains quality standards. Efficiency improves competitiveness and profitability. Types of efficiency. 1. Productive, technical, efficiency. Productive efficiency occurs when a firm produces goods at the lowest possible cost by fully utilizing its resources. There is no waste of inputs such as labor or raw materials. It ensures maximum output with minimum input. 2. Allocative efficiency. Allocative efficiency is achieved when resources are distributed in a way that maximizes society's welfare. Goods and services are produced in quantities that consumers desire most. It ensures that the right goods are produced for the right people at the right time. 3. Dynamic efficiency. Dynamic efficiency refers to a firm's ability to improve production over time through innovation, technology, research, and development. It focuses on long-term improvements in productivity and competitiveness. 4. Pareto efficiency. Named after Wilfredo Pareto, Pareto efficiency occurs when resources are allocated in such a way that no one can be made better off without making someone else worse off. It represents an ideal distribution of resources. Importance of efficiency in business economics. Cost reduction. Efficient operations minimize production cost and increase profitability. Better resource utilization ensures limited resources are used effectively. Competitive advantage. Efficient firms can offer better prices and quality. Increased productivity leads to greater output and improved performance. Customer satisfaction. Allocative efficiency ensures goods that consumers want most are produced. Economic growth. Efficiency enhances national output and improves living standards. 10. Business cycle theory and phases. Introduction. The business cycle refers to the regular up and down movements in the level of economic activity over a period of time. It represents fluctuations in output, income, employment, and business conditions. Business cycles are inevitable in capitalist economies and occur due to changes in investment, demand, credit, and economic expectations. They consist of alternating phases of expansion and contraction. Phases of business cycle. 1. Expansion, prosperity boom. In this phase, economic activities increase rapidly. Production rises. Employment increases. Income and profits grow. Consumer confidence increases. Firms invest more, leading to sustained growth. 2. Peak. This is the highest point of the cycle where economic activity reaches maximum capacity. Full employment. High demand and high prices. Maximum output. However, shortages and rising costs may lead to a slowdown. 3. Recession. Recession begins when economic activity starts declining from the peak. Fall in production. Reduction in investment. Demand decreases. Firms face unsold stocks. Recession is a short-term decline. If it continues, it becomes a depression. 4. Depression. This is the lowest phase of the cycle. Severe fall in output. High unemployment. Low income and consumption. Falling prices and business failures. Depression represents long-term economic stagnation. 5. Recovery. During recovery, economic activity starts improving. Banks increase credit. Investment rises. Production and employment increase. Confidence returns, pushing the economy toward expansion.
If you are a BCom student who wants simple, clear, and reliable study content, subscribe to Edu Intern Voyage, like the videos, and start your learning journey today.